You despise people who are full of shit. They say they're going to do something and they don't do it. Then it's going to feel 10 times worse when you say to yourself you're going to do something and you don't follow through on it. And that's where clients meet me. It just is. Because over a period of time, what's eroded is a level of self-trust. They're stuck because they just can't seem to do the thing they said they were going to do, even though they want to do it. It's not a question of work ethic. It's not a question of attitude. It's a question of setting yourself too high expectations of yourself when you haven't even played at the standard that you need to yet. If I could put into boxes the things that I work on with my clients, this is in one of those boxes, and it's working on what is currently called a non-negotiable. But we get rid of that. Non-negotiables are too rigid, usually. They're too fixed and too rigid, and they'll set you up for you either do it or you don't. You either hit or you miss. We work with standards. So we work to a gold, a silver, and a bronze standard. We know how each one of those feels. And it's not good or bad, because each one of those, gold, silver, and bronze, is still you taking action. So you either hit or you hit or you hit. Whereas on a non-negotiable world, you either hit or you miss. And if you do have high expectations of yourself and you really want to work and you really want to achieve results, then I can almost guarantee that you've calibrated your expectations too high, which means that you'll probably miss more often than hit. So if we can bring this spectrum, gold, silver, and bronze, into your world, here's an example. Tomorrow before work, I'm going to train for 1 hour. That's the gold standard. What happens when life gets in the way, you have no sleep and the kids are running around and you've lost for time? Well, you hit your silver standard, which is 30 minutes. If you can't do that, you hit your bronze standard, which is going for a walk at lunchtime. Now, you might think, well, if I do 6 weeks of bronze, I'm just doing 6 weeks of walking. Well, that's still better than 6 weeks of nothing. It's just how we're seeing it between the 2 years. Because if you did that 6 weeks of just doing a walk, you've still built a level of self-trust within yourself to then really try and stretch it once you've achieved the next level and the next level and the next level. And it's like pennies in the slot, pennies in the slot, pennies in the slot. Remember when you used to go down to Weymouth when you were a kid and you saw the arcade machines and you used to put the penny in the slot, you used to down, and then that drawer would come forwards and backwards, and then all the pennies would drop onto the next level and it would push more pennies to the edge, and then all of a sudden it all just falls into place. That's the way that you need to see this process of building structure, routine, and boundaries. It's just a penny in the slot every single day for your future self. You've got to keep putting the pennies in the slot regardless of how it feels. If you govern on how you feel, you'll put yourself in a hit and miss scenario, beat yourself up and keep yourself stuck. If you put yourself in a world of hit, 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 a win, 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 you're always winning in your mind. So you're always going to compound that, and then one day it's just going to all topple and fall into place and you've achieved it. You're like, right, I've got the system. I now operate with new behaviors, new routine, new structure, and it just works.